Hello there everyone and welcome back. I am not exactly happy with how that start went for Eldar, at least yesterday, and I'm hoping to correct that, especially now that I'm finally level 2. I could probably get 3 cruisers in at most. And failing that, probably experimenting with more frigates and trying to understand how to get the most out of them is going to be pretty important, I think, because considering these things are all about hit and run and hitting where they're vulnerable, and especially in the case of torpedoes anyway, hitting from the side where it's most likely to hit with the full barrage rather, it pays to be good at having lots of ships to be able to do that effectively, I think. So what do we get? We got DK Tesla, we're doing a convoy, so this is going to be interesting. Gonna be nice small ships where torpedoes, well, let's see, they have 200 L, so torpedoes probably not going to be able to kill it right away. They're going to do a big chunk of damage, but let's see. I have a Solaris that basically killed the convoy almost single-handedly there, so I think I want it to be a side fighter there. Have the Aurora engage directly with whatever convoy there that might be in the... at least be guarded by the orcs anyway. What do I have follow it up? Because I don't really have the points for like 2 frigates. Unless I want to... yeah, I think I want to go for something bigger, honestly. So let's do it this way. The Shadow will fight them head on. And then I'll have 1 ship supporting. Let's see, I'd rather have the torpedoes because a little more capable of hitting the convoys, maybe. Whereas the Pulsar is going to have to consistently deal with the shields. Torpedoes have the benefit of not paying attention to the shields. They just go right through and blast a hole in the damn thing. And that's the hope here, at least. Although I only got 3 ships there. I would have liked to have 4, have a little more flexibility, but I'm going to have to stick with 3 there, because yeah, I should be in good shape to kind of surgically strike. And this is kind of where Eldar excel at, in a sense, because I may not be able to fight orcs effectively head-on, but I sure as hell can deal with like a couple of convoy ships. I just gotta figure out how I can position myself. Again, Solaris, I would love to be able to kind of get the drop on those convoys easily, but I have no reliable way to detect them is the problem. That's a bit of a concern, I feel. Also, after that last episode, I figured out what the hell was... I think I figured out what the hell was causing this. I changed the hotkey so that way we'll never have to deal with this focus firing again. That's the hope. Unless it ends up referring it when I... between games there. And go figure, they're all on the left here. Not a huge deal. I could just fire a bunch of torpedoes at them to force the issue. And at least sure as hell get those torpedoes to kind of like, what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say, to be honest, but nonetheless, let me get my bearings all set up here. I can dodge easily enough, that's not a problem. And I know where the convoy is, so that's not going to be a problem. Now, what is most likely a convoy? Probably the 3 on the far left there, if I were willing to bet. I don't see... that seems like a fair bet to make. Problem is making sure, yeah, there we go, making sure I don't run into those things in the most inconvenient way. Now, I could just ignore them. I don't care about these things so much. And I almost ran into a minefield, which would have been a little inconvenient. Okay, now I can chase after these things freely. Can I get my bombers on it? Now I can. That was a bit of a rush torpedo shot, to be honest, but we'll see how that works out. Oh, I'm flying into an asteroid field, aren't I? And it's a little unfortunate, because, yeah. Damn it, this is a little bit harder than I imagined. I'm getting my hotkeys poorly executed here. So, let's see. I'm identified, but I should be in good shape here, right? That was probably a bad shot, wasn't it? And damn it, I am really messing up my little micromanagement here a little bit. Can I bomb this thing? Or at least board it? That would be ideal. Now, I don't want to ram you if ideal. And now I just gotta kill one more. Although micromanagement's not working very well for me, damn it. I'm messing this up some, unfortunately. My Solaris is still in good shape and I just need one more bomb. One more torpedo run's all I need. And I just missed that, I'm aware. But I'm not performing this very well. I feel like that's a disappointment a little bit. But I'm still got plenty of breathing room. And Suppa just died. Oh, it actually killed it, so what just happened there? I don't recall sending bombers after it. Was it on fire? I don't know. Because I know Solaris' bombers were still on cooldown there. I just was getting ready to fire my torpedoes. Maybe random pulsars hit it and actually did damage. Because there they fly right now. Okay, you can end the mission for me now. Anytime you like to, thank you. I'm gonna have to look at that video again, but damn. I was hitting the wrong hotkeys there horribly, felt like. I kept going to my Solaris when I want my Shadow, and I kept going to my Frigate when I want to go to my Solaris, it felt like. So that was bad misplay on me. It feels like. I don't know how much that translates to the actual recording though. But I got 2 levels in, I actually got a victory, so it's a promising start at least. And again, since everything's so cooldown reliant, I kind of want to reduce the cooldown further, but I think the rare exception is I think I want to upgrade the pilots first, because they are supposed to be really potent, really capable, and they already should have a high chance to avoid, so that's gonna like synergize so well with what I'm assuming is a flat 10% increase. Especially if I'm going to reduce the cooldown on this thing here and then focus the rest on survivability, maybe mobility afterwards. And this thing, I want to say I want to focus on belt armor because it relies on getting close and mobility is so important. So I think I'm going to do that. That burns a good part of my renown. We're going to reduce the cooldown for more torpedoes and more ores and all that good stuff. Including boost. Speaking of which, is there something that reduces the boost cooldown? That might be something worth considering, yeah. That's what I want. Rate bone shift is my boost, so that would bring it down to 20 seconds. Which, I don't know if that's after or before, like, cooldown reductions with, like, say, my Spirit Stone crew upgrade I'm doing. Let alone the orders. I don't know how that works together there. But that's a possibility I might go for later on. Now, we have a promising start so far. Can we do it again? Despite my poor performance, it felt like. It really did feel bad. But hell, at least it was this decisive victory compared to the barely surviving and suffering from disconnection or latency disconnection issues from last few matches I had. So this is an improvement regardless. Now we're doing a 250, so I'm stuck with potentially 2 cruises again, which I don't really feel comfortable about. Because I seriously want to experiment with the possibility of using frigates to kind of outmaneuver them and not have the situation I had before, especially since I don't have experience. Seems so necessary to help keep that going so I don't risk falling behind as I fight higher levels though. And it's perfect point value, you can't really argue with that, can you? I honestly don't like it though. I feel like if I could spend time getting used to the frigates and controlling them properly, I feel like that would work better for me. they are fragile as hell, which scares me too. Like, with the last time I fought Chaos, bombers could immediately kill them there, and they don't have the benefit of instantly turning around and boosting away to kind of avoid them. Nonetheless, let me try and keep these things separated. Also, the fact that this is quite notably slower is probably a concern. I have to be mindful my cruiser might be a liability here. At least with torpedoes. Well, I'm not with this is likely one cruiser and 3 frigates, I want to assume. So I'm gonna have to rely on pulsars and then the star cannons to kind of finish them off. Torpedoes are a little bit unreliable. Now on the plus side, I got a lot of nebula clouds to hide in and exploit, so this benefits me a little bit. Now we got a slow force over there and then a speedy one on the left here. So let's go after the speedy ones. In fact, I almost want to go Silent Rhine immediately, but that might be... I already gave away what I was planning on doing by going towards the frigates, so I kind of gave that away. Let's be fair. So I'm going to commit to that and use the Silent Rhine as more defensive measure. I just gotta make sure this thing's able to disarm their vision. So, just for the sake of that, let me make sure this doesn't get engaged before this cruiser does. I gotta hope I don't get detected. Did I get that? No, that was a horrible shot. And I, of course, turned that thing off again. Why is it automatically on by default? Even though I may have fixed the issues, that's still irritating. And belt arm, oh my god. The Eldar stand ready. This is a bad start for me. I gotta remember to turn it off there. If only I can remember what that hotkey is the problem. So that was a very bad start for me, and I'm not happy about it. But I don't want to blow my temporary repair on just on generators, though. So I can fire torpedoes easily here. Get this thing closer. Come on. Well, that's a shame. That was a little bit pitiful. And engines immediately got destroyed because of their boarding attempts. Yeah. This is not my day, is it? Not really my day. We're going to have a repeat of before, and I'm getting outmaneuvered as a result. At least I found the cruiser, at least, but now... gotta try and hit this thing. And at least on the plus side, I can get a nice promising torpedo hit while he goes after my baited target. So there, take some torpedoes, enjoy it. You deserved it. So, that was a good hit there. So, hit it with the pulsars, please. Now, get turned around. Please don't hit the asteroid field. That's all I ask. There. Do I hit the frigate? Beautiful hit. So we're turning around. We're turning around. Slowly but surely. Now, I just gotta get into some cover to Silent Run. Actually, I just want to kill this thing straight up. Which isn't likely, but I want to just shoot this thing since it's so close to dead anyway. So why not, in all honesty? Does that kill it? Please tell me that killed it. Thank you. So that's one down. Now I'm gonna focus. Oh,
Until the end,
let me silent run with this thing, maybe.
the Eldar stand ready.
Now, get this done over with. I didn't get the torpedo hits I liked,
Full speed.
but I got torpedo hits on the cruiser. That's a nice consolation prize, if anything.
Yes, Commander.
I will happily take the consolation prize. And now hit this thing with the pulsars.
Until the end.
Oh, it did fire torpedoes. That was not intended. It did force them to boost, which I guess is not bad.
The Eldar stand ready.
Okay, I'm gonna have to evade now.
Move at full speed.
There, now you could kill this cruiser, here's hoping. That's the hope. Insubordinating, so I don't feel...
Acknowledge.
I feel bad for you, buddy.
The Eldar stand ready.
Oh,
Move at full speed.
I have to get used to this, like, remembering to turn off my retros, or actually I conveniently turned them on, they're at bad timing.
Move at full speed.
So I'm gonna take some damage there, but that's 2 frigates down. We are making progress. After what felt really whiffed attempts,
Until the end.
we're making progress. And I see torpedoes, and I laugh at your torpedoes because they're not gonna do crap. And of course the cruiser's running. Not gonna can blame them,
Acknowledge.
but I'll let them go.
Lock weapons on target.
That was a bad shot, wasn't it? But I could still chase this thing, so not a huge deal just yet until he tries to ram me.
Full speed.
Now get some pulses on and finish it off, I guess. He almost had me outmaneuvered, but I managed to get my senses back together, thankfully. Thank God. A little intense there. I was actually outnumbered, which is not something you want for something that's so mobile-centric and all about out-positioning them, but focusing on the frigates paid off, even though I'm pretty certain I had a really good opportunity to kill that cruiser. I probably could have gone after it, but I feel like I need to get caught up on some experience at least. So I'd rather play a little bit safer. I did get some prime torpedo hits in, so I feel a lot better with myself. And I want to try for one more quick one if it'll let me. Because I know the last video went exceptionally long, so I don't want to repeat that. Please don't give me a repeat of that. Well, to be fair, that Chaos match was threatening to be a repeat as well. I just wasn't expecting, in all honesty, to run into the cruiser right away. It seems like it was moving faster than the other two. So I kind of assumed that was the cruiser on the right. Oh. Chaos again. 300 points. So, how do I want to do this? Because, yeah, points are a little bit awkward. And I don't really want to invest in a shadow as well, do I? Because I have a level 1 Aurora, I'd love to get some levels in. But this balances out point value a little bit more at least. Now, question, do I take a Hemlock or a Nightshade? I like the idea of torpedoes, but this one's safer in case he goes fighters and bombers. Because to get those torpedo hits I want, I have to get in close. And the closer I am, the more at risk I am of getting those fighters if he does take the Hellbringers with launch bays. So I'd rather play it a little bit safer so I can get more experience with how to maneuver them properly, ideally. Ideally. Because these things kind of are going to be operating independently of each other in the best situation. We'll see if that... Well, he's got 2 ships. That makes my job relatively easy.
At your service.
For we know one of these things is absolutely a regular cruiser. And he's got beacons. Let me it's going straight ahead.
Eldar stand ready.
So, this is going to be easy for me to dodge. Hell, I could boost if I really want to. I just gotta keep in mind its direction.
Yes, Commander.
Now, what I need to consider is how to use my
Eldar stand ready.
silent running, basically, to kind of like catch him off guard.
Acknowledged.
Because I've kind of been using it defensively so
At your
far.
service.
And I don't want to try... I want to use it as an offensive means if possible.
Until the end.
That was a bad torpedo shot, I probably will admit.
At your service.
But that'll force him to maneuver a little bit, and do not hit that mine, please. Please do not hit that mine. I don't want you to hit the mine. Also, I forgot he has fighters. He has 2 wings of fighters. It looks like it's coming from one of them, though. So is that what our cruiser is? I think that's what our cruiser is.
Yes, Commander.
Make sure these things keep on moving, because I don't have to do a whole lot. I just gotta... Really, I could just wait till he gets separated too much, and then I can do the damage I need to. Also, let me turn this off, please. This will be really helpful for me to remember that now.
The Eldar stand ready. Acknowledged.
Okay, again, gotta remember my hotkeys.
Found the enemy. At your service.
So, we found out which is the cruiser, and this is a slaughter cruiser. Bunch of lance batteries, twin link batteries even, so let's spread out. Apparently I hit something there. I'm shocked by that result. And now, let's get these ice separate. He's firing our beacon off. Okay, I don't need to do crap here.
Acknowledged.
Because he is going to think he can get one of me.
Eldar stand ready.
And he's silent running. That's not exciting. I think I know what he's going to do. But it's not exactly exciting.
At your service.
Because I just straight out maneuver him.
Until the end.
It makes it a little bit unexciting there because I have to play more defensively.
Acknowledged.
Torpedoes hit, that burns his emergency repairs. I just gotta wait out
The Eldar stand ready.
this effect there before I can really
Yes,
go
Commander.
aggressive, because the longer this thing goes on for, the more likely he could be in a place I'm not expecting.
Move at full speed.
There. Now that
Until the end.
now that that's wore off, is it?
Found the enemy. Acknowledged.
Okay, so he's gonna commit to this.
The Eldar stand ready.
Now let's get some damage in here, shall we? At least attempt to.
Commander. Move at
You can
full speed.
identify me all you want, but as soon as I get out of reach, there's not much you can do about it. That was a bad torpedo shot, I will admit.
Acknowledged.
And he burned all his thrusters there, so I am fine with this. I don't need to do crap. Although I played that poorly.
Service.
How the hell? Don't. Oh, this thing doesn't have belt armor. God damn it. See, getting screwed over again by this damn belt armor.
Until the end.
Huh.
Acknowledged.
Gotta keep on going. I gotta do what I can, really, because
Yes, Commander.
if I can punish him, that will be good, but it's not likely to happen.
Move at full speed. At your service. Until the end.
Alright, just shoot this thing, and hopefully, well, I have to brace for impact. I don't have much an option here.
Acknowledged.
Also, my frigate's not doing crap, which is
Move at full speed.
a little unfortunate.
The Eldar stand ready.
I could have just went silent running, to be honest, but of course, I don't even think that hit.
Stealth is the key to
Let him burn his thrusters. Get this frigate back in a better position. You can just hide as needed. Alright. Kill this thing quickly. If he doesn't have the means to dodge this, then he dies, I think. Unfortunately, he has a navigator, but odds are in my favor now. Odds are in my favor now. I just gotta get these ships in a good position. Alright, so you can kill my detection all you want, but if you're not gonna silent running, that's not gonna do crap. So I gotta keep this thing going out of the way, because yeah, it looks like he's not committing. Well, not much anyway. Because he's got, yeah, because he's a slaughter class, he's got like a lot less range than he would with regular lance batteries. So let's see. Let's give him what he wants there. Now, can I hit him with torpedoes in a way that works? He's got a lot of shields, that's for sure. Yeah, he's even boosted his shields there, so... Come on. Run, you stupid frigate, run! So this works out well for me, I think. Although I gotta keep moving first for this to work. Apparently, I jammed his fission, and yet he can still hit me. Alright, so that did boring damage. Now, let's just hit him before his sight comes back up. Alright, that's unfortunate. That went the way it did. So, keep on moving. Unfortunately, silent running is over, so not much I could do here. I keep hitting this thing to punish it there, because yeah, this thing's pretty screwed now. Keep punishing him. Try to, anyway. Because it looks like he's just going to try for a ram and then broadside turn. Which is unfortunate for my cruiser here. Because, yeah, I can't even turn around and do a broadside type of shot, so that's a little unfortunate. Is he going to burn all his boosters? He's trying to, and then he's going to turn. Attempt to. Eh? Yeah, chicken out you. Unfortunate, but oh well, at least I kept this thing alive. Not gonna kill him, unfortunately, but hey. Got a little too aggressive there, didn't really time it the best. It's a victory though, I just didn't kill anything. Did I heavily damage the other cruiser, though, is what I'm trying to figure out. I don't think I did, because the torpedoes were on the light cruiser would have done that for me. So, 3 victories. Abel wasn't the best control there, because there was a period where my light cruiser, my Aurora, and my frigate were kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but I managed it well. I punished him going all top-heavy centric. But then again, to be fair, I kind of did the same thing, didn't I? So I shouldn't brag too much. I'm liking the style a lot, though. Whether it translates to enjoyable YouTube watching, especially since I'm going to be focusing so much on trying to control all my ships there, and makes it even more difficult to kind of like commentate. Effectively, it kind of may not be the best idea to play Eldar. I love the playstyle though. just need those levels to be more fluid and more aggressive with them is the only thing now. So without a doubt, since it's been made apparent lacking belt armor is getting me screwed more often than not with this ship, let's correct that. And sometime down the road, I'm wondering if I want to either focus on Phoenix sails to kind of cut the penalty when I do lose my engines, or probably the more appropriate one, where is it? It minimizes it increases that they do to critically hit me. The critical damage penalty. Does that mean it reduces critical hit or just critical damage? I don't know what exactly that means. It's worded a little bit differently by saying critical damage. So I'm concerned that it affects a different thing entirely. And I'm also level 3. So let me get in our Solars, kind of balance things out. Because I am tempted with this third Aurora, I won't lie. I will not lie. But I like to have more Auger Disruptors, but this thing's more meant for longer range support fire. So it's not going to get much opportunity to do that, I want to say. So let's do Darkwing Squadron instead. Get a little more utility, and that way my Solarises can be a lot more impactful as far as if I'm really concerned about bombers and I have one of these fielded, it could single-handedly deal with multiple cruisers worth of fighters, I want to say.